And welcome. It's another Monday night, and this is Top Rope Talk. I am your co-host. I'm the sniper. The guy right below me is the pundit, and we got a. He's not so much a stranger or anything. You've seen him kind of hanging around Sideline Sports. He is our special guest for tonight. This is odds maker Rafael Esparza. You can also catch him on the Sideline Sports Show, which is aired on Tuesdays at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Part of the good folks at the Sideline Sports Show panel, and he's here to give us some odds about the Royal Rumble. Before we get started, how you doing, gentlemen?
Not bad, not bad. No, and I'll tell you this. This reminds me of a one of those shoot interviews years ago with Kevin Nash. He says, I'm not kidding you. He says, do you see odds makers on WrestleMania? That was his thing about 10 years ago. Look where
Yeah,
we're at now.
I
Look
know,
where
right?
we're at now. We got Raphael. We're gonna be doing odds on WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly. And then right, I know after yesterday's games, I know the numbers are rolling in for Championship Sunday. How's it looking so far?
It's going good. I met Kevin Nash at when I worked at MGM at Halloween Havoc. He was coming in the sports book and when they were doing all that, so he's not shy from sports betting. And I told him back then that if at that time, if the internet and social media will boom up, that we would see odds on wrestling and politics and TV and movies. And so I guess I was 100% correct on that. But he's no shy of betting.
Oh,
Hey,
of course he's not. I mean, realize this, Raphael. Kevin Nash, and then the very tragic, unfortunate thing would happen to his child. He basically had one child, one wife. It wasn't a big, gigantic family. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
it's like you got. I mean, it was a tragedy what happened. Do not get
Yes.
what I was saying wrong. But
I agree.
to Tristan. But what I was saying is a lot of people that sports bet and do all the thing. A lot of them are single. A lot of them are small families are single. A lot of them they know better.
I will say this on wrestling before we get started on Royal Rumble. Everyone's probably going to watch this and see and make fun of me. They make fun of me all the time with putting odds out on wrestling. And you guys will probably know this is a fact. Ever since Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania is the reason why I put up odds on pretty much almost every wrestling event, AEW, MLW, WWE, is because back then Vince McMahon hated Twitter. Told me that to my face. Him and Stephanie hated it because everyone knew the outcomes of the pay-per-view before they would get out, so they were really wanting to check it. So now usually the ref will know or the wrestlers will know on big pay-per-views when they're walking out who's going to win and how the outcome is going. Not like before where 2 hours before when they were practicing their finishing moves in the ring, they knew already. 9 times out of 10, these big matches, they don't know who's going to win until they're walking out into the ring or the ref will tell them before the match starts.
before the match even
Uh,
starts.
so it's that's why it makes my job a lot easier now because you see underdogs win all the time on these big pay-per-views where the
Right.
betting public thought, oh, CM Punk's gonna win this one, easy one. And when he fought Roman Reigns for the first time, Roman Reigns was a plus 550 underdog. Everyone was betting CM Punk. Oh, he's not coming back to WWE, not win the belt right away, and look what happened. So
No, go ahead, Red. Go ahead, Denzel.
Oh no, no. You can go ahead and then we'll get started on this panel.
No. The big thing about this is you. I mean, you think about something like Brock Lesnar, and you say, "Oh, no way, he's gonna take one look at him." Take one look, and it's like people are saying, "Oh, take a look. Oh, they're not gonna win." It's a wishful thinking. You can't. I mean, they put about 100-pound woman in against Rhea Ripley and gave her 15 minutes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, about this big. She's about this big and gave her 15 minutes. They gave someone like Natalia 54 seconds in a Raw match against it. It's like yet the little skinny one gets 15 minutes. So we know what they do.
yeah.
I've seen fights on the Vegas Strip where a girl 5'2" knocks out a girl 6'1", so it can happen. I've seen it happen in real life.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Before we get started, be sure and hit that like and subscribe button to us, the good people at Sideline Sports on YouTube, Facebook, and X as well. Also, my Twitch, Denzel Sniper 13, and also Denzel Snipes 13 on YouTube as well. Did I even say? Yep, Denzel Sniper 13. Okay. Sometimes I have so many names I cross my own self up. All right. Now, we're just getting started. And as you all know, the guy right next to me is an odds maker. So, how about those 2024 Royal Rumble odds? What kind of numbers do you have rolling in, sir?
Do you want to start with men or female first?
Well, let's start with the female. Ladies first. Let's go ahead and go with the
We'll
women.
do ladies first. I mean, I think everyone thinks it's probably going to be Bailey with the storyline that they're talking right now. Bailey's who's there, Bailey, who already said who she wants to face if she wins it. She's a heavy favorite over at my bookie. You get plus 150. Other shops have plus 135. Unless we see a surprise, which I'm not. I'm trying to double confirm a surprise entry. I only have a single confirmation, so if I don't have double confirmation, I don't say it in public. But I'm waiting for a second confirmation. It's either Bailey or maybe this surprise could be something. Becky Lynch 2-1, Jade Gargill 3-1. She's up to 4-1 at some places. I don't think they bring her in and make her win the Royal Rumble. She hasn't had a match yet in WWE, and I heard that she came into WWE very, very, very raw. Maybe that's why she didn't last at the AEW, because maybe her wrestling skills was as good as they thought. Nia Jax is something you might want to keep an eye out on. Raquel Rodriguez. She finally cleared medical. Rodriguez. She cleared it
Okay.
last week, so we might see an extra push on her. She cleared medical and stuff like that. Liv Morgan, another one who's very close to clearing with her shoulder injury, clearing medical. That could be something you might want to look at. And Asuka, 16-1. She can get her right now. We all know her contract is ending. She's probably not going to resign her contract. She says she's just tired of the business. Her body's tired. I think that's why they brought a lot of her friends to come in and maybe have a nice hurrah with her. That could be something. Maybe you see her win if they don't feel like giving have her win the belt, but at least make it to another big match. Now that Charlotte is gone for a while, that becomes something to look for. But I think it's either Bailey or Becky Lynch. Those are my two I think are win it.
Hey
I think Lynch.
Raphael, hey Raphael, what's the
Go ahead.
odds? What's the odds that Piper Niven comes in as Piper Niven and Dewdrop?
It's Piper Niven. She hated Dewdrop, and everyone in the back like her. They like her work ethic, and they like how she. But yeah, she hated that one as I've got double confirmation, so it won't be.
I hated it too.
Yeah,
We all
I
did.
hated it. She's great. You heard he heard me on our. This is one of our things. He knows it. I hated that name.
Yeah.
Despise it. It's just Vince. It feels like Vince McMahon's stupid sense of humor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was all Vince McMahon's wording here, so that's why we'll never see that Dewdrop anymore, and maybe for like shits and giggles, but yeah, we won't see Dewdrop anymore.
I know
Yeah.
she could do the Mick Foley, come in as Dewdrop, get knocked out, come in as Piper Niven.
Yeah.
I know, right? Now, for men's Royal Rumble match, what are the odds you got?
Now this one, my bookie, which I did the odds on that one, I put CM Punk as a favorite, minus $2, just because that sells pay-per-views. I think it's better. Now does CM Punk fight Roman Reigns? No. The reason why I made CM Punk, and I got double confirmation on this, if WrestleMania was next month, The Rock is in it. Now he
Yes.
can't really plan his WrestleMania schedule because it's too far in advance right now. If you're The Rock, you have other things to go on right now. But if WrestleMania was next month, The Rock is in, so they have to leave that open for Roman Reigns. You can't have CM Punk win it, and then Monday night or Friday night he goes there and says, "Roman, I'm picking you," and then 2 weeks later, The Rock comes up to Triple H and UFC guys and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm good for WrestleMania." Now, what are you gonna do with CM Punk? So I made CM Punk the favorite just because I think that could be their backup, at least to do something with WrestleMania and have him in it. Now, would it be the limelight? No, I don't think so. I think it's still going to be Roman Reigns, and they're hoping it's going to be The Rock. I heard from double sources that it's going to be The Rock. I mean, it's going to be either The Rock or Roman Reigns, or someone in the Samoa family. Someone that maybe not the two brothers or two cousins or Solo. Somebody. It could be something weird. Like that, but I have CM Punk. Keep an eye out for Cody Rhodes, of course, at 2. I don't think LA Knight. I think has lost a little fizzle than maybe a couple weeks ago. We had him as low as 3-1. Now he's plus 450. A lot of money coming in on Gunter. Here's another one that's probably going to take a long break after Royal Rumble. He's got a lot of bumps and bruises as well. I think he needs to have a type of knee surgery, not a real bad one, but some type of knee surgery. So he's probably going to take some time off as
Mhm.
well. So keep an eye out for him at 3-1. But I think it's CM Punk. You can get CM Punk at plus 150 in some other books. Those other
Wow.
books are not planning on. Like I said, I do a lot of research. Have a lot of people that I know in the industry, so I try to make my industry on storylines up ahead, not just what we see on camera this week on Monday or Friday.
Well,
No,
I will. Well,
go ahead.
now I also will say that keep in mind, Raf, there's now two world titles, so it's entirely
Yes.
possible that CM Punk wins the Rumble and challenges Seth Rollins.
Yes,
With
that's what I'm
that,
going with on that. That's what will probably be that would be the WrestleMania. And if that's the case, we all know Seth Rollins has a back injury that he's looking for some time off. They have not granted him extra time off like they normally do wrestlers if you have an injury and stuff like that. So if that's the case, that means CM Punk wins and Seth Rollins probably takes a long break.
yep, and
Okay.
that means that Rock versus Roman Reigns essentially would be a super fight without the title, and just transitioning into the. I'm sorry, Jake, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I wanted to ask this. Every once in a blue moon, every 3 or 4 years, Ralph, every 3 or 4 years, you see a surprise in a Final Four. Like a shock thing. Like I'm going to say Piper was one years ago, 30 years ago. That you didn't see him in the Final Four thing. I mean, Mr. Perfect was a Final Four about 20. Like every once in a while, you see a surprise in a Final Four. Who do you see as a possible surprise?
I would love to say MJF, but I think it's going to be one of the Usos. One of the Uso brothers would be a surprise Final Four. I think that would
I
kind
could
of
see
shock
Jey
me.
Do you
Uso.
think MJF goes into the Rumble?
No, but we have him at 10-1. That's something. I heard his contract's pretty much done, signed, deal, deliver over at AEW, and they're just keeping that storyline where he has not signed that contract. But I
Yeah.
could see. I mean, I wish that'd be kind of cool because I think his mic work works better for WWE fans than it does work for AEW fans.
I actually think they well actually yeah, you're right, because they have been getting just a tad bit more edgier since Triple H has taken full control. So last one, because I know you're gonna get going. They transitioned into the undisputed title match, the Fatal Four Way. Who's the favorite to win?
I mean, I think we all know who the favorite is to win. Roman
Yeah.
Reigns is minus 2,000. Minus two
Woo!
thousand means if you had to put $2,000 just to win 100, or to
Just to
win
win 100.
$1.
We have one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I say Randy Orton 8-1, AJ Styles 12-1. I think something's going to happen in this match, interference or something. I don't think no one raises their hand or something. I just think something weird happens. LA
Hmm.
Knight 14-1. If this match was a month ago when LA Knight was at his peak, then we might have to talk about. But his thunder, I think, for my eyes, is kind of faded a little bit.
Hmm.
So I can see the reason why Randy Orton's second favorite. I think when Orton came back, I think that killed kind of the momentum that LA Knight had coming. Because, no offense, Randy Orton gets a nice pop still for being
Of
in the
course.
industry as long. I'm a little bit shocked that AJ Styles was able to come back and even be in this type of match. I didn't think that the way he left with the injury, which it was an injury, with his bad storyline with his tag team and Maya that was just a weird storyline. So I'm actually shocked that they brought him back and put him in this situation just to have him in this 4-way.
If I were a betting man, I actually would bet on Orton, because there would be an actual chance that The Rock comes back and costs Reigns the match.
Uh
That could set up WrestleMania 4. Do you see where I'm going with it?
I could see that, but I don't see that happening on Saturday at Royal Rumble. I mean, that'd be great. I'm a big Randy Orton fan. That'd be perfect. I actually got to interview one-on-one on when the Royal Rumble was in St. Louis a couple of years ago. So that was it was a great interview I got to do with him.
I got the perfect odds for you, Raphael.
What's that?
What will Kofi Kingston's stunt to stay in the Royal Rumble be this year?
You know what?
2,000 to 1.
Someone asked me about if I was going to do that. He is not. I have not found confirmation if he's going to be in it and stuff like that. So I'm waiting to see stuff. I'll probably do who will have the most I hate to use the word punch outs, but throw outs and stuff like that because I'm
Oh,
waiting to see.
eliminations.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if Braun Strowman is in. I want to. I might do well like who will be the final four? Will
Mm.
so and so be in a final four at the Rumble? So I'm working on stuff like that. For some reason I don't like the Rumble because it's so mixed into NFC, AFC championships and stuff like that. So I remember it was always the Sunday night after the AFC game, AFC NFC championship back in the day. Or you had football. Remember the AFC and NFC championship game? It was normal times. It was 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and 3 or 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then the
And then
Royal
the
Rumble
Rumble was that
started
night.
that
Yeah.
night. So now it's like it's just I don't like the new format that they do.
As
We,
far as odds on who gets the most eliminations, if he's in it, I could say Solo Sokoa.
Yeah, I
Because
can see
usually it's
that.
a powerhouse, you know. Usually it's the type of powerhouse that does it. So like Kane over the years, Roman Reigns, actually think Reigns, Gunther, you know. So yeah,
Bronson Reed. Keep an eye out for Bronson Reed. They're really high on him. You can see how they're kind of changing his look a little bit the last couple of weeks. Keep an eye if he's in it. He may have a nice long run in it.
I'll tell you who's the future, not this Rumble this year, but whatever thing. Who's the future? Throw out a lot of wrestlers. Guy is Jacob Fatu.
yeah.
He's a future one. I mean that dude is just a unit,
Yeah.
Oh
and
yeah.
he can do a lot of Ricochet's work.
Yes.
Yeah, he can. Well, Raph, hey, we sure appreciate you coming to the panel. I know you got to get going and everything. Thanks a lot. Any other anything you want to touch on? Maybe about football or anything like that, and just kind of promote yourself a bit.
No, it should be a pretty festive weekend. And like you said, we have the AFC, NFC champions. We have Royal Rumble this weekend as well. Full slate of college basketball, a full slate of NBA. So it's always fun. Luckily, there's no UFC this weekend and only a one championship boxing game. So I can kind of concentrate a little bit because I'm glad UFC 297 wasn't the same night as the Royal Rumble like 2 weeks or was it 3 weeks ago when UFC and wrestling were back to back. So it's stuff like that. But it's a fun time. We got a Super Bowl in a couple of weeks. I'm hoping the Swifties are not in the Super Bowl because I'm sure they'll probably want me to do 1,000 Taylor Swift Super Bowl prop bets. So I'm hoping Baltimore beats Kansas City, so I don't have to worry about that. But this is a fun time for at least my industry, the sports gambling industry, just because I get to do a lot of crazy betting prop bets.
The
All
Swifties
right.
aren't at the Super Bowl. The Swifties are in Chicago, slobbering all over Justin Fields.
Justin
Those-
Fields.
I call those Justin Fields Swifties. They're over
Justin,
there.
Justin
slobbering
Fields
over
is not going to be in Chicago that much longer.
Good, good, good.
And you're gonna wish he was because I'm not a big fan of Caleb Williams.
No, I'm not. You can talk to him. No, I'm not. I hope he succeeds elsewhere. His Swifties are insufferable. They have cost the Bears enough. They can do that. He can go succeed elsewhere. Love the kid, but they can succeed elsewhere.
Hey, Raph, thanks a lot for joining us. You know what I mean?
Anytime.
And we'll see you soon.
Take it easy. Have a fantastic evening, guys.
Take
Yep.
care.
You know what we need? We need a double spot. Shelton Benjamin and Kofi Kingston, staying together, holding each other up.
I know, right?
We
Well, we got about probably about 7 to 10 minutes. So just gonna burn through these real quick. So this is our actual preview session time, y'all. Regular show, I guess you could say. US Championship. Logan Paul, Kevin Owens. So how about it? Can Kevin Owens knock out the social media superstar, or will Logan Paul walk into WrestleMania the champion?
Nah, Logan's gonna get it. He's gonna probably cheat or something along those lines. Nah, it's like, and I'm still not. See, I'm still not exceptionally fond of him having a belt just because I wanted. I wanted Ray to be able to get it. I mean, I wanted Dom to get it from his dad. So I ain't exceptionally fond of it, but nah, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens kind of loses quite a bit of big matches. I think he enjoys it too.
Yeah, yeah. Kevin Owens is at the point where he can, put people over. I mean, he's done just about everything except maybe win the Royal Rumble or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but you know what? Don't be surprised if Kevin Owens ends up knocking him out because at the end of the day, Logan Paul's not a full timer.
Well, yeah, no question about that. But
And you know how fans feel about putting belts on part timers.
Well, and that's the truth, but it's like they had it for 3 years, best part of 3 years on Brock, 3 4 years, and he's a part timer all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's that's the thing. It's like personally though, I think Kevin always puts people over. That's the big thing, and it's like, and the big thing is Logan Paul's his Twitter, his social media that helps WWE more than WWE helps him.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. All right. Well, on to the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match. Who do you got in this one, Nine? And you've heard all the odds from Raphael and everything. You personally, who do you think can steal it?
I'm gonna go Bailey.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bailey. It's like it feels like even though she's probably not going to be the hugger anymore, you know what we were talking about. She's not going to be doing the flick, the squiggly art guys, all that kind of stuff. She ain't gonna do. Don't think she's gonna do that anymore. But I think the fans want to root for her.
Yeah.
I think they want to, and it's like you could see her get starting heel, going face in the end. You know what I mean? Or just remember they get it from this. Like you could just see her turning monster face at the end of this. They even turn on her mid match.
Oh, wow.
You could see him beating her up in the mid match, throwing her out, and then laughing on their way, taking her leg out, and then she wins.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She wins despite that, and then she's got a feud. She's got an instant feud, and she's going to WrestleMania.
Okay then. Okay, not bad at all. All right. So undisputed title match. So what do you think? Reigns walks out with the belt, or does The Rock come in and actually, you know what? Don't answer that last one because that's gonna be our finisher DQ. But do you think the Tribal Chief walks out with this one, or is it gonna be one of the other three?
It needs to be Roman. I wish it was Rock and I wish it was what we were talking about. Rock and Roman first match WrestleMania, then Cody faces the winner, which would be Roman. And then It's like it feels like it's one of those things that feels like that match belongs at WrestleMania. That match belongs at WrestleMania, and it's just like, yeah, but I can see Roman there because they're saying to beat Hogan's number, it has to be September. I don't see it. I don't see it, and it's like I see them finishing it up at Wrestle. It's like at some point, what's the point? It's like neither Roman nor Hogan need the number.
Right.
Truthfully, it's like Roman's the biggest of his era. Hogan's the biggest of all time.
Right. And also, not to mention, whenever you compare the two reigns, Hogan had something like over 100 more title defenses.
Oh, I know, no, 400 more easy.
400 more, yeah, my bad.
But yeah, but it's like, and that's telling you something considering he never did it on TV, never wrestled on TV, just pay-per-views. But the thing about this is, part of me wishes in that way. I mean, Hogan's probably going to show up for the 40th anniversary, for his Hulkamania deal. Part of me wishes he was healthy to be able to start the thing with Roman over the thing, like the old man or whatever, get beat up and be able to and it doesn't have to be a match, but just be able to send a deal. But he's not healthy enough to even take a bump.
Yeah.
So, but it would be kind of cool. It's like it's like the old warrior, the former big dog, that doesn't want to be humiliated.
Yeah, very true. And so we'll go on to the men's Royal Rumble match. Who do you see taking it on Saturday night? Who will finish? Will somebody begin to finish their story, or will a dark horse actually win it?
I've got Cody. I've got Cody because it's got to finish. You know what I mean? This has got to finish up, and it's like I didn't like that he didn't win it last year, but it's like I love. But the biggest thing is this has to happen now, or it never will.
Okay.
Or if it did, it's going to be anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It's going to be like if he wins it later than this, it's going to be Luger. It's going to be Luger at SummerSlam, where it was like, what was it like? A plate full of piss, like Cornette calls it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like a plate full of piss. It's like, yeah, it's like anything like that. It's just going to be anticlimactic. It needs to be at WrestleMania. It needs to be now.
Right. And finally, our finisher DQ as we wrap up. Just like I mentioned before, now we can talk about it. The Rock will interfere and cost Reigns the title at the Royal Rumble event. Now, mind you, what I told Raphael earlier is, that match at Mania does not need to be for the title because in the storyline, it's bigger than the championship. You know?
Well, see, and I think about this. It's like I always thought that. I mean, who knows? That could be easily a finish. But I always said, just like I said the last time, like we were on the show, we are talking about this. It's like this has been such a beautiful storyline, has it not?
It has.
Beautiful storyline, but it always could be missing a little bit. And it's like you just think of the head of the table. It's like the heads of the table would be old, and so he didn't. He never bullied any of them to take that. He's just talking based off the fact.
Kinda did it,
It's like,
yeah.
I mean, doing all that. Why not beating up Rikishi? You know, Rikishi can still bump. So
Hmm.
why is he not beating up Rikishi? Why is he not doing all that? To me, that's the only step because it's been a beautiful storyline, but that's the only step that I could see. Bullying the old men into the thing, you get all that stuff. The Rock's your last hope. Then he has a chance to beat him. The Rock's that he's the true head of the table.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the true head of the table. He could do that then. He could be able to get. But without the old men, without Rikishi, without more to it, it's like I don't know how much it matters for Rock to take this.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really don't because Rock's not saving. This kind of gets in. I'm coming off the movie set. I'm going to take on the head of the table instead of protecting the family. Which if he
Hmm.
would have beat the whole family up or bullied the whole family, the whole one, then Rock comes in.
Yeah.
Then Rock comes in. Then that's where. And then I think that's when Rock needs to beat him. Otherwise, I don't think it's necessary.
Okay then. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time that we have. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, Monday Night Raw is going to come on in about 30 minutes. So until then, well, next Monday, well, this was the Royal Rumble preview. We will have a Royal Rumble recap episode next Monday. Tune in. So for the pundit, I'm the sniper, and we will see you all in 7 days. Peace.